We've been talking so much about AI. I would really love to hear your perspective.
We just posted an entry-level job on my team that in 4 days we had 360 candidates. It's not a matter of if we're missing good candidates, it's a matter of how many we are missing. Because there's no way we can skim through 350 resumes with any meaningful analysis.
Hey everyone, I'm thrilled to be here at DevCon Live in Las Vegas to record our Future of Work series. And I'm thrilled to be joined by the amazing John Bruce, and he's the VP of People Innovation at OneDigital. John, it's so fantastic that you're here. We've been talking so much about AI. You can't escape it. I would really love to hear your perspective.
Yeah, I think, particularly the first thing I always say when we talk about this is that we need to be looking at AI as collaborative and not authoritative, right? Not that the bots or agents or whatever we're calling them are going to replace people, but they're going to help us be better, smarter, faster, just make our jobs easier and improve quality of life.
And in what ways do you see AI impacting the future of work? Do you see it as it will empower humans and supercharge work?
Yeah, I think so. I think if you look before really the most recent iterations of AI, chatbots as an example were effectively useless most of the case, but now with the generative AI and the agentic AI, you have the ability to actually have meaningful conversations. Our chief people officer always talks about automating with personality. I say, we want to give the bots charm, right? We want to make it a charm.
Yeah.
Put some heart into the automation so that even though you're interacting with the bot and you know it's a bot, it still feels like a personal connection almost, and it still is helpful in a meaningful way.
I love that. There's a lot of people that are talking about the fear of AI potentially displacing humans. I would love to hear a bit more about your thoughts on that, and then also around how can organizations ensure that they're using AI to truly augment human capabilities?
Yeah, I think those are two really good pointed questions in two very different directions, right? So on the back side of that, if you think about how can we trust it, how do we be sure that we're using it properly? And if I want to try this with a really recent example, we just posted an entry-level job on my team that in 4 days we had 360 candidates. It's not a matter of if we're missing good candidates, it's a matter of how many we are missing. Because there's no way we can skim through 350 resumes with any meaningful analysis.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm really looking at the skills that each of those humans can bring and their unique perspectives.
Right, yeah, the skills, the experiences, because at the end of the day, it really is a lot of data that the machines can sift through so much more quickly than we can. But as long as we're using it, again, as like a wrench, you don't use the wrench for everything you have in your house. Sometimes you need a hammer. Sometimes you need a pair of pliers.
So I'm told.
Yeah. Right. It's just a tool in your toolbox to just help you be more efficient.
That's beautifully put. And we were talking a bit about recruitment there and talent acquisition. It really is about leveraging the technology to empower people to feel and be their best. And I know that you were an early adopter of some of our AI capabilities, you said, like Hired Score, and some of our AI capabilities around job descriptions and how we create those job descriptions when we're hiring. We're so proud of how Workday Illuminate is helping our customers really realize the value they just talked about. I would love you to give another example, if you may, about the value that you've seen from Workday Illuminate specifically, and how is it transforming your day-to-day work?
Yeah, I think it doesn't even have to be as transformative as, job generation or these real meaningful Gen AIs. A couple of weeks ago, I got an email from one of my talent partners who was like, I just want to say thank you for whatever you're doing and turning on in Workday, because now when I misspell stuff or type like a third grader, it actually knows and suggests did you really mean this or do you want this person,
That's
right?
Great, yeah.
And so it doesn't, I think so often we get so hung up on the shiny, grand, transformative things. But you can do so much transformation just off what I call basic quality of life improvements. And like the Illuminate, the new search functionalities that you all have released in the recent, last 2 years, have really done that for, our HR practitioners, our talent practitioners, and even our line managers in terms of helping them get to what they need to do timely.
And I love the thought about AI taking away some of the kind of more drudgery type work and tasks that's time consuming. So you can really think about being much more strategic and kind of transforming that kind of day to day and putting some more wins on the board. And thank you for the kind words about how the Workday platform is truly helping your day become more seamless and that AI is accessible to everyone within your organization. I love that.
And I think about it in terms of like the agentic AI, right? Thinking about the partnership that you all have and we now have with Paradox.
Yes.
And, we love Olivia. Like we named ours Olivia too. She's scheduled hundreds of interviews in the 2 months we've been live. And more than that, she's creating a great first impression for our worker, for people coming in to meet the company. She's now the face of the company.
She's the interface to your brand.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. As we talk about our employer value proposition, she has all of that information and she's able to contextually read something that someone types and say, oh, this is the response you mean.
Yeah.
And if she can't answer a question, she can create a ticket or a case using Workday Help for our recruiting team to get in and respond personally.
That's amazing.
And that's on top of things like interview scheduling. So when I think about it specifically, I think, yes, there's this whole bucket of it's going to do the work for us. It will make us more effective at the work. But I also think about it in the terms of just what can we automate with purpose, right? Like where do we have touch points where we're spending time doing something that it's not necessarily about the cost of the time we spend doing it, but it's the opportunity cost to the business of us not doing other more strategically valuable activities for the organization.
And I think being in HR and focusing on people and also being a leader, if we can use AI and our technology to power the human potential by giving us more time to focus on building relationships, collaboration, thinking more strategically, more creatively, as you said, then it will make us all more successful and our companies achieve more growth. Well, thank you, John, so much for joining me today. I look forward to seeing all that you and your team do next. It's been wonderful to meet you. Thank you.
It's been a pleasure.
If you would like to learn more about how Workday Illuminate can add value to your business, please visit workday.com/AI.